And it was the visitors who struck first, with Sean Billy Twelvetrees launching a huge kick from just inside halfway.
The offload to Twelvetrees and the momentum taking him over.
Billy Twelvetrees, one tee, one ball, one pair of uprights.
Yeah! It's a ball from Twelvetrees, who's going to blow the roof of Kingsholm with the ball is loose now. Twelvetrees has decision. Twelvetrees has the try. First receiver again onto Twelvetrees, and Twelvetrees is through. There was barely a wash hand laid on him. Twelvetrees on his shoulder, and Twelvetrees is in for Gloucester.
So Billy, as we approach the end of your 11th season in Cherry and White, it's been announced that it will be your last here at Kingsholm. And I just asked you to reflect on your time.
An amazing time, full of gratitude for the opportunity to come to Gloucester Rugby. As a 22-year-old coming here, I was anxious, nervous, but extremely excited for what could be for me as a rugby player first and foremost, and coming to a new place. So I'm just extremely thankful that I've had an opportunity to play for such a prestigious club for 11 years. It always seems weird that it's been 11 because never thought it'd be that long, but I'm extremely grateful that I've had the opportunity and loved every minute of it.
And you mentioned there you probably didn't quite realise you'd be here for so long, but looking back as the 23-year-old Billy Twelvetrees that signed that first contract, and now you're here 270 games later, over 900 points, 4 head coaches down the line. And you're still a mainstay in the squad, and that's something you must be particularly proud of.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good reflection of me or not, 4 head coaches. Yeah, I think you talk to a lot of rugby players, you probably work in maybe like 2-year, 3-year cycles, and you never look beyond that season or even that game or that week. So it's very much you just live in that process, that moment of enjoying yourselves. And I look back at my first year here with a shaven head, being pinned down by Henry Trinder and Johnny May and Charlie Sharp. I was in teens in a pre-season, and them just shaving my head, not giving me the option, and coming down to breakfast the next day and see people like Andy Hazel, Pete Buxton, Alex Brown, like Will James, Nick Wood looking at me and just like, yeah, good lad, shaved your head. And then I started from there. That first year was a bit of a whirlwind, but huge excitement for me, and playing in a new team with a new sort of ethos, and playing with a lot of young backs like Freddie Burns and Johnny and Trini and Chaz, and then getting my first cap for England, and then going on tour with England, and then going on a Lions tour, getting called up and approaching there, and then coming back into pre-season and for my second year with all excitement, ready to go again. So memories of my first few years are quite fast and blurred, but massive amount of pride, and then going on from there, there's a huge amount of enjoyment. I think that's the one thing I always think when I've looked back at Gloucester is I just had so much fun, and just loved interacting with people along the way, players, coaches, staff, people who work at Kingsholm, and that's what rugby's all about. It's about people and how you interact with each other. And I think the best teams I've played in or played against or playing with now the power of the team is essential to succeed, and I think that's what I love about rugby. Talking about match day, you get 15 or 23 guys on the same focus, same energy. You can really make things happen, and then you've got the power of, say, the shed behind that with the lads, and the power of the Kingsholm crowd behind it as well. Good things happen. So all my memories are of good songs in this changing room and away changing rooms, and people that no longer play for the club, whether retirement or through age or through choosing a different venture. They're all the memories that I look back on, and they're the ones that I'll cherish when it comes to an end in a few weeks.
You mentioned the changing room. I was going to ask, what sort of memories does this changing room evoke for you? You can remember walking in here for the first time?
Yeah, it was different colour, same strange smell. Yeah, and there's people I look back on. I remember like Andy Hazel being here. I remember watching him as a youngster, like playing for England, and Jim Hamilton was our captain in the first year, and Will James and Alex Brown. That was the strangest thing for me. Like Alex Brown, my first game for Gloucester in the Prem was his last competitive game, and I remember him absolutely melting the Northampton player, and then he's never moved his shoulder the same again. And that's what I talk about, people. Like the game is people, and things happen, and then you talk about like someone like Henry Trinder playing alongside him, like one of the best 13s I've ever played with or watched, and then he's never got capped and had so many injury issues, but what an incredible player. So to have memories like that, to play alongside players, I'm literally doing things in games that I've never seen before. I'm like, just give you the ball, Trinity, do your thing. Same as someone like Freddie Burns, and then you get to play alongside players a couple of years later like James Hook, Greg Laidlaw, and then like Willie Hines. Like, you're just like, how lucky am I? And that's why I look back on it and just be like, huge enjoyment. Like, learned off so many people, learned off so many coaches, and had some amazing games. Had some dark days as well, but that is sport, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just extremely grateful that Gloucester have given me this opportunity for 11 years, and I've loved every minute.
You talked there a little bit about the highs and the lows of rugby, and there's probably a fan base that will certainly be honest. But what about your relationship with them as a fan base? They've always been hugely supportive, but like I said, they'll get on your back and tell you when it's not going so well as well.
I love the Gloucester fans because they're brutally honest, but they're brutally honest with what you show on the pitch and your effort and what you do as a person. And you always kind of take your professional hat off and lay it on the line on the pitch as you do, but they'd always be like, I'll be fuming if you've lost at home or away, and like things go wrong, you've done an individual error, but they're cheering you on and completely proud of you because of the effort you put in. Their team were immense, and they put pride in the shirt, and that's what always brought it back to home for me. Like, if you work extremely hard and you put everything in for the team, the crowd will get behind you, and they're pretty happy with you. And sport is tough. Decisions go either way, but if you're on the lucky side of it and you win, then it's great. But if you're not, as long as you put yourself in harm's way and did everything you could effort-wise to win, then most people will give you a nod at the end of the day and say well done. And that's also how grateful I am for the fans, because the kind words they give you are very, I'm very thankful for it. And I remember leaving the stadium with someone, sometimes with my children, and you haven't played well or it's not gone well, and you wonder like what someone's going to say to you, and as you're holding your kids' hands and you want to protect them and protect yourself, but then a lot of people just hugely kind to me and my family. And hopefully for the next couple of weeks we can put some effort out there and show what we're about as well, because that's why I'm just grateful and thankful that I've played at this great club.
You talked about your family there. You roll back those years when you started. Your family have grown up here, haven't they?
Yeah.
So you're leaving with a much wider Twelvetrees clan. But talk a little bit about them and their relationship with the club as well.
Family is everything to me. My daughter and my sons, my wife Georgie have been there through everything. I feel sorry for them because all they've ever known is Gloucester rugby. So it'll be hard for them. But why I get emotional is because it's brought them so much joy, and they love coming to Kingsholm and watching. And you wake up on a match day and they've got their shirts on already and they're buzzing to get to the ground, and it just inspires me. So it's the best thing me and my wife have ever done. I'm so proud of them, and it motivates me every day to make them proud. So that's what family does. They bring emotion, and that's why I love it. Like, I can't wait to see them after a game. And the best thing about kids is they don't care whether you win or lose. They just want to see their dad and see the boys and have a great time. So that's why I love it. And then they'll be honest with, Daddy, you missed a kick. What did you do that for? You missed a tackle, and then then you got that one. So that's like, I love it, and they're brutally honest, but naive at the best of times as well. So, you know, they motivate me every day, and Georgie has been the rock behind it. It's helped me do what I do for the last 11 years here.
And professional rugby is a funny old beast, and you will be moving on. You will be taking on a fresh challenge, but does that give you a fresh impetus next season where you end up? You're ready for that freshness, I guess, a different challenge to finish your career.
Yeah, honestly, like, I can't wait for my next chapter, like, in rugby. Like, so content and so happy with leaving this club. Like, loved it. It's great. And I talk about people and fans, and from Sean the kit man to Chef to people upstairs, and for Martin and Judy and St Quentin to like give me the opportunity to play here for so many years. I just loved being at a club that is all about the people, and then the fans just emphasise that. You talk about going to away games in Europe, like last couple of weeks ago in La Rochelle and Bordeaux, and memories of La Rochelle years ago, up to Edinburgh final, Bilbao final, like Challenge Cup down in 2015. Like, these are all the memories because of people, what make it, and none of the memories are on the pitch really. Like, in the sense that I find rugby stressful because I'm desperate to win. So all the memories are after it: relief, interactions with the boys, family, friends, fans, and that's what makes you smile at the end of it. And so that's why me and my wife are not from the area. We've embraced everything that's about Gloucester, and I was at Leicester previously for 3 years, of Bedford Blues before that, and just embraced every challenge that I had. And wherever I'm at next, I'm looking forward to taking my family and just being myself and doing what I do, and hopefully make a success out of that as well. Because yeah, like, hopefully I've made a success out of Gloucester and made some friends for life, and yeah, that's why I just love rugby, because what it does for you as an individual and as a team and as a family, you just grow.
I think what you said there, you know, there's an age-old saying of picking up the shirt, leaving it in a better place after you go, and I think no one could ever argue you haven't done that. You've embraced Gloucester as a place, as a city, as a club, and you've absolutely made your family proud and made the fans of the city very proud as well. So I think the last thing for us is to say thank you for your service to Gloucester, and thank you for representing this club.
No worries, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Thanks.
Great.
You got my tears. You know it. With the family into it.